Hey, what's up OCNers? Blue Devil here. You know it's time for that weekly upload, OCN Weekly. The weekly upload that lets you know what's hot in the OCN community with tech news and tech releases. So a bit of housekeeping. With an overclock release schedule in mind, plan on Tuesdays for OCN Weekly and a product review for Fridays. So with that, let's go get overclocked. Starting off, this one is from Tom's Hardware. Intel has unveiled its full line of desktop Coffee Lake refresh CPUs. 26 models range from the Core i9 9900K down to the budget Celeron line. But at Overclock, we don't care about the low end, right? But interestingly enough, Intel has decided to add HyperThreading to the Pentium Gold line, making a Pentium Gold 5620 with 2 cores and 2 additional threads. To me, this seems kind of pointless, since the 9th gen Intel CPUs, namely the i7 line, seems to be castrated from hyperthreading entirely. In years past, the i7 naming was the high end, and you knew if you got an i7, you would get hyperthreading as well. Why would Intel make this move? More from Tom's Hardware and Intel is Intel's Xe graphics looking to support hardware-accelerated ray tracing. As most of you know, Intel is gearing up their GPU division with the upcoming Xe GPU line. Intel's GPU line is rumored to be on the 10nm process and will be debuting somewhere in 2020. Shifting gears to mobile, Samsung certainly has its ups and downs. A few years back, the Note 7 was released with a massive recall. Well, Samsung seems to be in some hot water yet again. The Samsung Galaxy Fold is, well, folding. Despite selling out of the initial pre-orders, Samsung is having issues with review samples as well as retail models that most have received, some even breaking just after 1 day of use. Most issues seem to be displaying bubbles, LCD bleed, and even the screen has stopped working entirely. In Rumorville, it seems like AMD is seeding its board partners with some Ryzen 3000 samples. The samples provided, which are engineering samples, are said to be running at 4.5 GHz, which shows an extra 15% IPC gain. We can all hope this is true, but with the recent news of Intel not being able to hit the 7nm process, this information might not be so far off. Recently, AMD has confirmed that the company will be launching their Navi GPU in Q3 2019. Navi is the long-awaited successor for Vega, both of which were in development for years. AMD's Radeon RX 3080 XT is also rumored to compete directly with the NVIDIA RTX 2070 in both performance and, best of all, the price, which is rumored to be at $330 US. AMD's flagship Navi GPU, rumored to be called the RX 3090 XT, will not be available until 2020, with a rumored price of $499 US. More from AMD is possibly the delay or demise of Threadripper as we know it. From AMD's latest roadmap, AMD's Threadripper is nowhere to be found. Hopefully, this just means that AMD is focusing more on the Ryzen 3000 series of CPUs, as well as the upcoming Navi GPUs. Speaking of 3000 series CPUs from AMD, it looks like a 16-core, 32-thread Ryzen on the X570 platform might just be a reality according to Tom's Hardware. In other news, a Razer RGB toaster is going to be a thing. It looks like the fans of Razer have spoken and they shall receive. What started off as a joke way back in 2013 was never to be an actual product. However, CEO Min-Ling Tan has announced that Razer will begin working on the Razer Toaster. I have another special announcement of myself to make. I will be attending Computex in Taipei, Taiwan this year. I will be there from May 28th through the 30th. This is the first time in about 7 years that OCN will have a presence at Computex. Needless to say, I am very excited to cover it. If there's anything you want me to cover or see, please let me know. So far, meetings with Zotac, Enermax, EVGA, and a few other companies are scheduled. Okay, OCNers, I'm going to take off for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done that already, and I will see you in the next one. Blue Devil, out.